I want to show you how I prepare my vegetables so that I have them in my refrigerator ready to go. I eat a huge, gigantic salad every day full of micronutrients, and I like to make my life easier, and the way I do that is by having everything ready to go so that when it's mealtime, I'm not scrambling around like a chicken with its head cut off trying to prepare my meal. And it takes about 10 minutes tops if I'm not speaking to a camera doing it. I'm going to show you the preparation of the vegetables, and then I will put together the salad and show you how I do that. I'm going to start by chopping an onion. So I just have a purple onion here, and I like purple onion because it's pretty, it has the color. And anything with a deep, rich pigment, these plants that have deep, rich pigment are super high in antioxidant and phytonutrients. And did you know also that onions are really good for oral health, the gums? They contain enzymes that naturally kill bacteria that cause gum disease and gingivitis. So they're a great staple, and I eat onions every single day. Definitely a superfood. I keep I remove the tough skin, but I keep the outer skin on because that's where the nutrients are. I'm gonna rinse it. A lot of vegetables, I gently, besides the lettuce of course, I like to gently cook my vegetables. And the way I prefer doing that is in the microwave. I microwave steam them because I find that that's the best way to keep the nutrients intact and not overheat them. And it also makes it more digestible, because a lot of vegetables in their raw state are not very digestible. So I add a little bit of water, and then I'm going to put this in the microwave to microwave steam it for about 4 minutes. Okay, so after 4 minutes in the microwave, you see the onions, they get nice and translucent, and this is perfect because now they're softened but not overcooked, and it releases the nutrients as well so that you can absorb it more readily. When these cool down, I will store them in a glass container, and they're ready to go that way in my fridge, so I can just add them to my salad. That's how I do the onions, and onions are just a daily staple for me because of their health benefits. So that's a must for me. And I'm going to do the same with, I just have asparagus, fresh asparagus, and the same thing, I'm going to microwave steam these to cook them gently. And while that's going, I will just explain why I do it this way. I prefer to, when I go shopping, I buy whatever strikes my fancy basically, whether it's Brussels sprouts or cucumber, zucchini, sweet potato. I rotate in my salad. So, arugula, beets, radishes, I eat all of the plants. So the fun thing about salad is that you can create your own masterpiece every time you make the salad. And the base remains the same for me, which is just romaine lettuce. I use a heart of romaine chopped. And then I choose the add-ins depending on what I have in my refrigerator. And the possibilities are endless. So this is why I love eating this big salad. And then I choose my protein, and I rotate the proteins, whether that's beef or shellfish or fatty fish like salmon or sardines. I'll eat cod liver in its own oil sometimes. I'll eat beef liver. Obviously not all on the same day, but I choose my protein and I rotate that. So I get a wide variety of wonderful macro and micronutrients. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people are missing in the diet. And that's why they probably rely on supplements. But I'm not a fan of that. And I see so many people obsessed with taking every kind of supplement under the sun. And personally, I don't want to do that. I want to eat the source food so my body can use the raw materials and create the building blocks for my tissues and my insides and outsides. And this is how I do it. And I really rely on my giant salad each day to give me that bulk of my nutrition. Okay, so the asparagus is microwave steamed, and I'm going to set this aside to cool down. In this big bowl, I have my washed and ready to go greens that I keep in my refrigerator. Once again, this is a huge time saver for how I keep them crisp. I just wash them when I bring them home from the store, and then I wrap them in a tea towel and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and they stay crisp for days, and they are really crisp and fresh. So I chop lightly, gently I should say, and just throw it in the bowl. I'm going to add some onions. And I'm very generous with my portions because I'm a hungry lady, so I have to eat enough food to sustain my healthy body. So I like to really load up on the onions. Nature's superfood, really. And then I'll take some asparagus. That goes in. Once again, you can use any vegetables that you like. I just rotate so that I can eat them all. I want to eat all of them, so on one day it's asparagus, on the next it might be Brussels sprouts, or the next it might be broccoli sprouts. You never know with me, but the plants get in my body is the point. And then I just have here, this is sweet potato that I pre-cooked, and this is about a cup of sweet potato, and I always keep some cooked potato in my freezer. So I'm gonna auto defrost this just for like 30 seconds because it's already cooked, it just needs to be defrosted. While that is defrosting, I have this giant, as you can see, this enormous avocado, and normally when it's a normal sized avocado I put the whole thing in, but because this is so big, I'm going to use about, you can see how humongous it is, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna use about a third of this because it weighs about 1.5 pounds and it's enormous. So I washed this, and I'm going to just slice off what would normally be a regular sized avocado. Scoop this out for my healthy fat. It's perfectly ripe too. My cup of sweet potato, going to be a very good addition to my salad. That goes in. And then I have some ginger. I have this ginger that I keep in my freezer at all times. Clean peeled ginger, grated. Okay. And then I have 2 cloves of garlic. Again, I keep these clean and peeled in my freezer in a bag. Garlic goes in my body every single day as well because of the nutrients in it, and it's anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory properties. So I never go a day without garlic and onions. Salt. Ground black pepper. And you can season however you like. And then the other thing I love to add is this, normally I would use actually fresh shiitake mushrooms and cook it, but I'm lazy. So I've been buying this dried organic powder. It's just 100% shiitake mushroom powder, dehydrated powder, mushroom. So I love just adding a sprinkle of this in my salad for the nutrients because shiitake mushrooms are a superfood and I love mushrooms. So I add like 1/2 teaspoon of this into my salad, and I have it here in a shaker bottle. So I'm gonna shake it from here. I'll put the link, by the way, for this down below. I'm not sponsored. I love this product. And it's a little bit expensive, but you only use like a half a teaspoon at a time. And for the benefits, it's well worth the money. Your health is well worth the investment, I would say. And I do love this product. So I'll put the link in the description below. Now comes the fun part. I use these gloves, food grade gloves. And now I massage. You see? I just massage this all together. And this is how the salad, this is how it actually gets all the flavors released, and it breaks the cell walls of the plants, and it makes it really delicious too, massaging the food. So if you're not massaging your food, start massaging it. It gets really, really yummy. This is how you can really enjoy consuming lots of plants and the whole rainbow of food. One other thing I like to add, organic apple cider vinegar. Just about a tablespoon of this because it adds a zing and a nice tang. And I have my bowl here. Very simple, and you can see here. So it's all done and it's beautiful, and I'm ready to add my protein. So today I'm going to have red wild sockeye salmon, just canned with the bones and skin. Really good source of vitamin D and obviously protein, omega fat. And I have my kimchi, my homemade kimchi on deck. I'm going to eat kimchi along with this, so I have that ready to go. And it's basically done. The other thing I do is I love to eat it with the seaweed. I will take a sheet of the seaweed, and with my chopsticks, I sort of wrap it over each bite and envelop the salad in it, and I make a little pocket and eat it that way. So I love to eat this for natural iodine and minerals, and just for the taste too. It's really delicious. I love this product. So I'm going to be eating this, and the final touch is just drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And that goes in. And olive oil is a must for me for healthy skin and hair and nails and organs, healthy insides. So that's it. That's my epic salad. And I don't know, to me, this is just the most beautiful sight, this salad. So it looks different every day depending on what I throw in. But the point is that these glorious nutrients and nature's superfoods, they get into my body each and every day. And I really believe in food as medicine. I believe that health is wealth, and it starts with the food that we eat. And some of you have asked if I ever eat junk or sugar. Sure, occasionally I eat an ice cream cone, or I go out and I have a treat. But the real honest answer to that is that I don't, because if I were to eat those foods, frankly, I don't have room in my stomach to eat the food that I really want to eat, to fuel my body, my brain, and keep my insides healthy and my outsides glowing. If I eat those other foods, then I don't leave room for the necessary stuff. And then I suppose I would have to rely on things like supplements to get my nutrients. And I don't want to do that. So on that note, I'm going to feed myself, and I'm going to really dig in and enjoy. I hope you follow along. I hope you make an epic salad of your own and get really creative and throw in whatever you like. That's the joy of creating these healthy bowls, is that you can pick and choose what you want to put in it, and the possibilities are endless. So here's to us, and here's to healthy, wonderful, delicious food. Bon appetit. Bye.